Now, this brings me to a very exciting part of the show, which is a segment that we've not had the pleasure of doing before. In this segment, I will ask Mr. Nicholas Lee III to give me I'd say an estimate, but we'll say a guess of how many tracks were sold, how many digital copies of this song were sold in the United Kingdom. We'll stick to the UK for the time being until we get to like AM, where it becomes relevant to include the US probably. But this little game, if you will, this segment has a very exciting and imaginative title that we came up with, which, Nick, is...
You could say they're selling like ghost cookies.
You know, do you know how long I've waited to use that jingle, man? I've been hearing it when I'm in bed at night.
Did anticipation have the habit to set you up for disappointment in evening jingles? But Nick, or was it all worth it?
Often does.
I think you should play it just one more time. Just one more time.
So,
because we don't get to play it often.
For the hard of hearing listeners, that segment is called...
You could say they're selling like ghost cookies.
I've never tired of that. Never tired of that.
So, Nick, would you like to run a guesstimate to how many singles were sold in the UK of this track?
See, this is a tough one because when this went to number one and I was obsessed with it, and I remember my mum seeing it on the news, how many copies it had sold. And I remember distinctly my mum remarking that, oh, you don't have to sell many records to get to number one these days, not like the old days. So I'm gonna take a punt at 120,000.
No, not close. Your mum's point still stands, I would probably say, but they sold 1.8 million records.
What?
To be fair, after that, in the old days, you probably even had to sell a lot more than that to get to number one, I would have imagined, before there was other things to do. But yeah, apparently 1.8 million singles, 3 times platinum.